Hi, this is Monty from Moat Park Vehicles, and here's another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's just come into us. This is our 2010 Audi A6 Le Mans. 2 litre manual, so 6-speed manual transmission, covered a little over 102,000 miles. Now, I have advertised it on Auto Trader with 100, and the reason I'm not trying to trick anybody, I'll actually put the actual mileage down on the description. It's just if someone's doing a search for the car, and sometimes customers might search for up to 100,000 miles, they might miss out on this car. Now, the reasons we tend to do these videos, it's all about trust, honesty, integrity. We tell you how it is. So when you come to have a look at the car, it should be as I've described. We've all done it before. We've all looked at cars in pictures. They look absolutely stunning. When you come to have a look at it, it's nothing like what you thought it was going to be. So we'll tell you exactly what the car is like. Apologies, I am in a public park, so if you do get people jogging past, I can't do anything about it. We are taking this video quite late in the day, so we are losing some of the sunlight. Well, we've lost most of the sunlight, to be fair. So I'm going to briefly walk around the car now and then give you a more detailed view very shortly. So please read some of my reviews on Auto Trader. They are all genuine, they're all verified purchases. We don't make anything up. So far everything is fantastic. Somewhere along the line, I will get a bad one. Someone's going to blame me for building a car 10 years ago, me at the Audi factory, and something went wrong with their car. But anyway, everything is absolutely fine at the moment. Now, the reason why I'm holding the camera here is just please make a note of the registration number. Please feel free to do any checks that you need to do, MOT checks, that type of thing. Now, service book's got, I think, 7 service stamps in the book. And we'll be, well, when it leaves me today, it's going to go straight to our prep guys. They're going to do a couple of bits and pieces to it. We're going to address a couple of issues that were on the previous MOT, because the MOT is not due until May, but we will get it MOT for the next lucky owner. I think there was a couple of brake pads and discs, so we've got new brake pads and discs which will be fitted on the car. I think there was something to do with suspension ball joints, but I think they've been addressed already, but we will check that out. And anything else the car might need, we'll get that done as well. Alright, so these videos I might have mentioned earlier take about 8 to 10 minutes long, so I'll try and be as brief as possible, but as detailed as well, so you know what to expect when you come and have a look at the car. As I mentioned earlier, you know, she is 9 years of age, she's covered over 100,000 miles, good service history. It's had a cam belt replaced, I think it was May of 2015. Now, if you are looking at one of these vehicles, the cam belts are done every 5 years. VW and Audi changed it from 10 years 100,000 miles to 5 years 80,000. So the last cam belt on this was done, I think, in May 2015, so it's not due for about another 14 to 16 months. And it was done at 62,000 miles, so it's now got 102, so it's done 40,000 miles ago. Okay, so it's important if you are looking at other Audis with this sort of engine, 2 litre, etc. They are every 5 years, 80,000 miles. Now, you won't be able to pick this up in the camera too well, but we have had the wheels recently refurbished. They are a gunmetal grey. It's in a matte gunmetal grey. Now, if I try and zoom in a bit closer for you, you might pick it up. But in the pictures you will pick it up a lot better. Okay, so we didn't want to go too dark. We didn't want to make it look like some sort of gangster's car, all black rims and things like that, but we've gone with a slight matte grey to really, it doesn't do it any justice in this with this camera really, but have a look at the pictures, it looks stunning. So we've replaced a couple of tyres already, so a couple of new tyres on the front of the car. I'll have some pictures with the tread. And let's just give you a sort of view down the side of the car. Now, she is black. She will have a few little touch-ups here and there, a few hairline scratches. Most of the bits and pieces on this car are around the back, and I'll show you very shortly. So the reasons why I'm holding the camera sort of still like this, and I might just move it around, just so you can try and pick up really good colour reflections. So what you're seeing is the grass on these pillars here, and that's what you can pick up. That's why I'll move the camera really slowly. Okay, and I'll do exactly the same from the back of the car to the front, and I'll show you anything that I have noticed. Now, the reasons why we've taken this in quite sort of like dusk. It's just it was really bright sunshine earlier on, and it was glaring all over the screen, and it didn't do any justice whatsoever. So plenty of tread on the rear tyres as well. Obviously there's no marks on the alloy wheels because they have been freshly refurbished. Now let's just show you inside the car. Now you've got two keys with the car. I've got the key in the ignition already, so you can probably see the satellite navigation working. And you've got all your controls in there, so like MMI kind of iDrive that you'll have like on the Audis, BMWs, Mercedes and like that. Automatic lights, 4 electric windows, all on here. Your electric mirrors, heated mirrors as well. So this is the Le Mans edition. It was a special edition. It's all based around the S line, but there's a few subtle touches on the Le Mans edition, and it was all in celebration. I think it was to do with obviously Audi winning Le Mans, etc., that type of thing. So you've got manual seats on here, but you've got the lumbar support. Let me turn that radio down. Actually, that probably is coming through. Oh, it won't work if I don't until I get in the car. There we go. That's a bit better. Apologies for all that. You won't see the mileage now, but it's covered just over 102,000 miles. There will be pictures of that as well. All the seats in really, really good condition. Okay, and I'll try and give you some pictures on the back of the car. There we go as well. Hopefully you can try and pick that all up. The radio's just gone onto traffic now as well. Great. Hopefully you can try and pick up some good pictures. But again, I will have there will be lots of pictures of this on there. Really good trims side. Isn't that annoying? And the traffic announcement come on when I turn the radio down. Right, so bits and pieces I've noticed on the car. So you've got parking sensors on the back of this vehicle here. So if I try and zoom in, you can probably try and pick up a couple of little indentations on the bumper. Now if I took a photograph, which I usually do from back here, you wouldn't pick any of that up until you come down and have a look at the car. So I'm pointing it out to you so you can see it straight away. Are we going to do anything? That's the next thing someone will ask me. When we're not going to be painting rear bumpers, etc. Now there is, I'm not too sure if you will pick it up, but there has been, this is previous to us, we haven't done any of this. There's a little scratch that was along here and it has been touched up. Not too sure if you'll pick it up. If I move around here, well maybe you can try and pick it up there. It probably looks a lot worse than it actually is in the camera because I'm using a HD camera. Okay. So we've got a couple of marks on the back bumper here, and I think there's a couple of little hairline scratches, one along here and one along here somewhere. Again, it's going to be trying hard. It is a black car. It's not going to be brand new, guys. This is the reason why I do the videos. Now the number plates are still the original Caffin's Audi registration number. Now the rear one has started to go fractionally, but sometimes customers like originality of a car. So I have made up another set of plates for the vehicle. If that's what you would choose to have on the vehicle, that's absolutely fine. If you still want the original plates on the car, I can leave them as they are. So twin exhaust pipes on the back of it. Let's just come down the passenger side. Now, hopefully you can try and pick up some reflections. Now they are having some work done here at Moat Park, so you can see these buildings in the background, but hopefully you can try and pick up some of these reflections off the side of the car. If I move it slowly, it's in great condition. Again, there's a few little marks or touch-ups that have been done. Most of them have been done along the door edge along here, and mainly on the door edge on the front, but nothing major. And there's a couple of little stone chips. There's a touch up done there, you can probably see it. It probably makes it look worse with this camera, but we only use HD cameras. Okay, you can probably pick up that chip. Believe it or not, we have touched it up. We will touch it up again, but it's just started to, just not enough paint in there. Okay, rest of the car, rear wing looks all in good condition. And then let's just go down this side of the car, and hopefully this side you might be able to see, it looks slightly better. So again, plenty of tread, brand new tyres on the front, and hopefully if I can try and give you some reflections there as well. Let's do it again on the door. This is absolutely fine, this door. A couple of little stone chips that are a lot of door edge that we've touched up, but again, if I took a photograph back here of the car, you wouldn't pick any of that up. It's only when I get really close to it. So I'll show you the back of it. All looks in really good condition. It's got these really nice red lights, and then kind of puddle lights down at the bottom there as well. Really looks like the back seats have hardly been sat in at all. Didn't realise we're up to about 11 minutes now. So again, the dash lights on these look absolutely staggering at night. Really nice bright red needles on a sort of slightly blue background. Looks great. Door panels, all good condition, and you've got this really nice brushed aluminium trim. Leather looks in great condition as well, and again you've got that S line embossed in the seat. I mentioned it before, but 6-speed manual transmission. You can see the navigation is all still on. Mentioned before, there's 2 keys. Just to remind you again, there is 2 fully working keys with the car. You've got daylight running lights on this particular one. Obviously they're not going to be on now because I haven't got the ignition on. You've got daylight running lights, and you've got xenon lights on this car. Okay, now front of the vehicle, anything that's done around this sort of mileage, you're going to have a few stone chips along the front. And if I try and zoom in, again it's going to be hard to pick up. There's probably one around here somewhere that's been touched up, 1 or 2 around here, but not that many, not that many. The worst bit about this car, as I mentioned, is probably the back of the car, especially on the offside rear corner, and a few little marks on the back bumper. Leading edge along the front, all looks in good condition. Again, a few little stone chips at the bottom, but it's to be expected. It's the front of the car. Headlamp wash, front fog lamps, etc. So we're coming up to, oh God, nearly 13 minutes now. So I just wanted to thank you very much for your time. We are losing the light. Just one quick mention about warranties. We offer 6 months warranty of all our cars. We have 2 different warranty companies that we'll use. We'll give you the options, we'll tell you the pros and the cons, everything. All of our warranties, which are supplied, were administered by the 2 different companies, will also come with, you know, there's some of them have 0 contribution. They are 100% paid for parts and labour. The claim limit is up to the claim of the car, or the price of the car. So we don't offer you all these like £250, you pay 50%, we pay 50%. We don't offer any of that. Okay, so again, want to thank you very much for your time. If you're interested in this car or anything else at Motor Park Vehicles, please don't hesitate to give me a call, send me a text message, an email. I'll get through to every customer. Now, I am a sole trader, I am on my own. So if you do want to view a car, please give us a call, give us a bit of notice, because I'm not always down the yard, I'm not always down the garage every moment of the day, and I don't want to disappoint customers if they're halfway on the way to me and I'm nowhere near the garage. So again, thank you again. I hope to speak to you soon. Bye bye.